Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery story when I had this little girl. So she's actually a year and 7 months. She actually wanted to be part of this video. I had her down there playing with the toys and she was like, I need to be up here. So I just want to let you girls know that every labor is different. Every delivery story is different. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share this video. So without further ado, I will start with the story time. Before I went to the hospital, it was July 16th at 12 a.m. in the morning. I started feeling some weird pressure, really strong contractions. The baby was just in a really weird position. I'm actually going to insert a video somewhere here maybe. It's kind of gross, don't judge me, but her butt was standing up and you could just see that. So a little bit before, a couple hours before, I had released my mucus plug. So I heard that when your mucus plug comes out, you're more likely gonna give birth either the day of, or a couple days, or even a week after. So that happened. I was in really bad contractions. That day we went on a walk to Santa. We went to go and get lunch and everything, and I just was like, it was, the pain was not that strong. So I continued that day walking and stuff, and then I came home and I started being on my yoga ball, and I was telling Freddie, I was like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna give birth today, because like I just feel it, like the contractions are getting worse. So then later that night, like I tried sleeping and I really couldn't sleep because the contractions were just getting worse. So I was like, you know what, like, let me call my doctor. So then I called my doctor. My water hadn't broke, so she's like, do the 411 rule. And then I told her that, I was feeling this type of way for more than a day. And she's like, okay, so if you have contractions for 1 hour every minute, and I don't know what the other rule was, but she told me to go ahead and go to the hospital. And I was like, okay, like, let me shower and let me like get myself together. I already had my hospital bag ready, and the baby's hospital bag. And that's when it started hitting me hard, and I was like, shit's gonna get real. Then I got to the hospital, and then they took me to the labor and delivery room, because I had to go into the emergency room just because it wasn't opening hours in the front. So I went and they checked me in, and they had me in this small room to like check me, and then I was only 1.5 centimeters dilated. So when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a long labor. And it sucked because there was no progress for the first 24 hours. The doctor would go in to check me if I was dilated. It was the worst. They moved me to another room. I went into jacuzzis, I went on walks, I went on a ball, I did so much, kept hydrated, and nothing. So then fast forward to, let's say, 12 hours, they switched me to my labor and delivery room. I went again to the jacuzzi. Nothing really was going on. By the 24th hour, I was barely 3.5 centimeters dilated. So, it was going really slow. At this point, I'm going to insert a picture that I actually inserted on Instagram here. I looked like that. I was literally just like a zombie. So then from there, we just kept, I just kept walking. I just kept doing as much as I could, moving as much as I could. But there was really much they couldn't do. So then after I want to say like 27th hour, they ended up deciding that they're going to put Pitocin on me. So my body was just shutting down already. My body was super tired. I couldn't even open my eyes. I didn't have no energy. We couldn't really do much at this point. Contractions are really hitting every like couple seconds. And I just, I was just tired. And so we did that. They put me on Pitocin. From that point on, they left me on bed rest, so I wasn't really able to get up. When they put that, holy smackadoodles, it was bad. And I had a lot of family members in my labor. So I had my mom, my dad, my aunt, my cousin, my sister-in-law Des, my brother-in-law Josie, my fiance, and my mother-in-law. So it was a lot of us. But I'm so thankful for the support I had. But at one point I was like, why did I let everybody come? Like, when you're at that point, you know, you don't want no noise, you don't want nobody bothering you, you don't want people to tell you what. Finally, it got to a point where the doctor came in and she was like, you know what, you're only 5 centimeters open, and it's already been 30 hours. You need to make a decision. Like, you know, either we break your water or you choose epidural at a midwife. So usually midwives try to make you go, you know, the natural way and stuff, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I was okay with them not offering me the epidural. But at that point my doctor was like, you need to make a decision. Like, your body is slowly shutting down. The time that we need you to have energy is when you're gonna push. So if you don't have energy when you're at that point where you're gonna push, you know, we're gonna have to do a C-section, because this is not going anywhere really. So at the 36th hour, I got the epidural. But before that, I tried, you know, the oxygen, the laughing, or what is it called? Yeah, the laughing gas. I felt like my contractions were going like up here. I was like, no thanks. So I told him, I said, no, I'm fine, let me continue. So that was like at the 32nd hour. So then, you know, fast forward to 4 hours, I ended up just saying, you know what, I need the epidural. So I did the epidural at the 36th hour, and then from there it just kind of came along. Like, I did epidural, I remember a couple, at this point I don't really remember that much, so I'm sorry. I'm kind of like filling in spots that people have told me. The people that were there told me. They said that I don't even know how I felt it, because I had that epidural, so I don't know exactly how I felt it, but I felt like water. And so I asked, and I told him to check me, because I really knew that something was like wet down there. And yeah, it was my water, so that was great news. From there, they put again Pitocin that helped me get to about 8.5 centimeters. And at that time, at 8.5 centimeters, I was like, I need to push, because there's this bad pain that I had on my right side. I was crying. I think that was the worst, where I wasn't crying, but like I wanted to cry. Since my baby was sideways, like her legs were like this, she was slanted, like she was pushing with her legs, and it was just like excruciating pain. And they got really confused, because they're like, you have epidural, you shouldn't feel anything. And if you do, it's, you know, very minor and very different than actually excruciating pain. So they were kind of confused. I tried to sleep, so I literally got no rest for about 37 hours. And then at the 38th hour, I told them, I need to push. I need to push. So then from there, we just started pushing. We started practicing pushing. And, you know, it took me about an hour to push out my baby. It was really hard. I was already ready to give up. I didn't want to push no more. I was frustrated. I was tired. I was just over at this point. And I was kind of just like, I'm just going to do C-section. I know it's not easier, and I give props to people that do have C-section. But at that point, I was really like, I'm out. I ended up, you know, some people would go back home, sleep, and then come back. So like it felt even longer. And at this point, it was already going to be 3 a.m. And, you know, I would just keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing, and nothing would like really happen. So then I asked for a mirror, and I really wanted to see when my baby came out. My fiance actually got the privilege to, you know, deliver our baby. Finally, she came out, and it was just the best thing of my life. But during that time, I had like a hemorrhage. I bled too much. She actually gave me a 3rd degree tear and it was in the inner, so it was kind of hard to stop. And it really sucked. I was there, they fixed me for about 2 hours. And at the moment when my baby was born, it felt such a relief, and I didn't feel anything until a lot of doctors started coming in and out, in and out. Like, they were super worried about me because I was bleeding way too much. After that, after they cleaned me up and everything, it got to a point where I needed to go pee. If you're a mom, you know that you have to go pee before they could take you to your room, your postpartum room. You have to go pee, just to make sure that everything's okay. I couldn't go pee, and when they tried getting me up, I got up, but I knew I was gonna faint. And then she got me to the toilet seat. I didn't walk to the bathroom. They actually put me in this weird machine, and I told her I'm gonna faint, and she's like, no, honey, I'm gonna be right back. If you need anything, pull this cord. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, I'm gonna faint. So in those bathrooms across, I could see my dad. My dad was actually carrying Bella at that time. Freddie had gone to go get clothes or to go get food. I don't remember exactly, but he wasn't in the room at that moment. And I pulled the cord right when I fainted. And they got there, and it was because I lost so much blood. And then also I couldn't pee. So from there they put another catheter, because when you get the epidural, you get a catheter. So they had removed it when I gave birth, and then I couldn't pee, so they put in another catheter, and then they took me to my postpartum room. Catheter until the day I was leaving the hospital, and we don't know exactly why, but I just couldn't pee. I'm gonna insert a little bit of clips in here. Hopefully they all fit. So if you guys really like this story time, it's kind of complicated. Let me know, comment down below. I want to know how many hours you guys were in labor for, if you have any pictures or memories of your labor, and also if you had a boy or girl. They have said that girl contractions last longer than boys. So like, if you had a boy and a girl, let me know if that's true, because some of my aunts and stuff tell me like, yes, like boys it's just like a hit and that's it, but girls it's like it hits and it lasts, and then it hits again. And I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you guys want to know about me, or you know, story times or whatever it is, or a day in my life. As of right now, I'm gonna graduate from a business office administration course in about 2 or 3 days. So I'm actually taking finals and stuff, and I'm doing like the final job prep things. So I'm sorry for this delay, and I'm sorry for being so MIA on YouTube. See you guys next time. Say bye, Bella. Dile bye. Dile ayu. Ayu. Oh, my little baby. Dile besos. Mándale besito. Oh. So yeah, guys, have a good day. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.